what's actually happening is this. That's it, chat. This, connecting 2 points. That's all we're doing. It's not too complicated. Everybody on this earth can understand that concept. There is an extra dimension that we are tunneling through to create a bridge between any 2 points in space and time. That's the reality of what you see in these videos and what Larry Maurer is saying right now.
Another location.
Well, I think that you may gather a lot of support from an experiment done this year also, in where an entire atom was made to disappear and reappear in another location. And that really proved that it's not a single particle phenomena. As long as there's entanglement going on, the actual size and number of particles involved don't entirely matter.
So Tim Ventura brings up a great point right there. He says, hey, they just did this rubidium teleportation experiment. I think they used rubidium. Maybe it was some other atom. They used another atom. They teleported the state of the atom. And he's going, this proves that, and I think they did it with buckyballs, like groups of atoms. So this proves that it's not just a single atom phenomenon, that you can actually scale it up. And what does that mean? Scale invariance. Whatever you can do on the very small level, you can do on the very large level as well. And whatever you can do on the very large level, you can do on the very small level. This allows us to make a sun in the palm of our hands. It also allows us to make an atom the size of a car, you know? And yes, please like the stream. I appreciate all the support. Thank you very much.
Okay. To a higher dimension or higher.
I also really like the concept of not just tunneling, but also falling towards a warp in space. I'm actually holding a document that I printed out today by Matt Visser, where he describes the Alcubierre drive. And in a theoretical sense, he was able to square that away with relativity theory. The concept of compressing space in front of the craft and stretching it out behind so that the craft can attain incredibly high speeds. It sounds a lot like you're going to be doing that with your design, except that possibly it's based on more of a quantum mechanics approach.
Yes, that's correct. Getting back to what you were saying about the groups of particles and an atom and that sort of thing, we've taken advantage of that in our design, whereas we can tunnel with what we call the main body vehicle, which we have to strictly adhere to the cap-cone design, where we can stretch that into a cigar shape, if you will, for the main body vehicle. But at the same time, we can have the what we call the orbiting drone vehicles, or ODVs, that will orbit around the vehicle and tunnel in a bound state as one particle would, and that's what happens with atoms. You have your
what? The ODVs? The orbiting drone vehicles that are going to create a bound state to the payload in the middle, and then they're going to teleport it? That sounds really, really, really specific. Like, too specific. Like, way too specific. Like, it literally must be the precursor to what we see in the MH370 videos. What? I couldn't believe when I heard that. He's like, oh, yeah, we got the ODVs spinning around the plane. And, oh, by the way, the payload is also cigar-shaped? The payload's also cigar-shaped? Like, oh, like an airplane? Like the tube of an airplane? So, holy shit, not only are we solving the teleportation protocol, listening to clearly the precursor for what we saw in the videos. This is from 10 years before the videos, guys. But also, we can solve the tic-tac too. We can solve the tic-tac too. Why was the tic-tac shaped? Why is it cigar shaped? Oh, because that's what they need for the magnetic maglev teleportation protocol that they're using. Like, they figured it out. Yeah, cigar shaped. Cigar shaped, you know, like Bill Clinton's thingamajig. Okay. Oh, and speaking of that, we got something amazing to show you. You guys are not going to believe the next thing I'm going to show you. We're not even done with this.
nucleus with the electrons orbiting around it, traveling as one unit or in a bound state. Now, the orbiting of the ODVs around the MBV, or main body vehicle, the larger cigar-shaped vehicle, which has the payload, the personnel on board, and the various cargo that you would haul, with the
Like an airplane?
lighter unmanned drones orbiting around the vehicle, they don't have to, orbit very fast. There's been a lot of tests that NASA kind of came up with the mother-daughter satellite system in outer space.
They don't have to orbit very fast around the vehicle either? Like, this has to be literally the exact same thing. It must be the exact same thing.
That kind of takes advantage of the same thing, where you have your exeter frequencies between the orbiting vehicles and your main body vehicle traveling as one, if you will. And what this does, Tim, is it allows us to investigate or explore dangerous areas where the main body vehicle, MBV, can sit outside in space and send in the unmanned drones to a perhaps dangerous area to explore those areas without causing any danger to.
Wow. What he just said right there is exactly what John Kramer was saying. He's saying, well, you could send the orbs in. Where would you send the orb? That's your fourth orb to the destination. You send your fourth orb to the destination to scout it out. Your fourth orb has scanners on it. It's got a quantum communication system. It can communicate back to the mothership. And if you want to teleport there, you just say, okay, time to teleport there. And then you just wind up your particle accelerator. Boom. Turn your plane into a matter wave. And then, boom, beam it to the destination.
In the Vatican, the mouth of the serpent is a female vagina, but it makes total sense. If you go back to the beginning, the very beginning, if you have a receptacle and a penis goes in a receptacle and ejaculates a light into it, That light goes into the darkness, into an egg, and it goes and grabs it. That's where the light goes. Okay, now just let your mind go, okay, it's bigger than just that. It's a system. One is below, one is above, hell is below, heaven is above, and in the middle, the two come together within the host body. Think of an eternal existing plane that goes out forever, but think of a snow globe in the middle, double-sided snow globe. Okay, now, without getting into all the flat earthers freaking out, I'll give you the flat plane of existence, which is what the Lord showed me. So anyway, so here we go. Hell hath enlarged herself beyond measure and opened her mouth without measure. Now, watch this. Okay, my son, attend unto my wisdom. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thou near down to mine understanding, that thou may regardest discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman, okay, strange woman, to commit adultery, okay, drop as a honeycomb in her mouth, smoother than oil, but her end, look at the word end, the last or the end, her end, posterity. You know what posterity means? After a bunch of children and generations, her posterity is as bitter as wormwood. Think about that. What's in the pit? Worms, right? What's wormwood? It's to curse. Wormwood regarded as poisonous. Okay, so, and as sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet, ready? Say it out loud. Her feet. The word for feet is regel, and it says podenda. See it right there? By implication, a step, and it says podenda. Her podenda is vagina. Her sexual organs go down to hell. Well, if it's a parthenogenic system that the pit created, the host body system, and everybody walking around is attached to that, and then Adam, the Adamic race, comes in and commingles with them, it's perfect. This is absolutely perfect in understanding, because that race is attached to the pit, walking around. That's what's running them. The Adamic race comes in, Adam, that the Lord God forms. All the angels that wanted to come in, you get to come in. You get to be in the earth, you get a host body, and then you're 400. Hunted for dinner, just like YG said. You're hunted for dinner your whole life. So you're being hunted because everywhere you go, one of your eyes goes to the pit. And there's a worm that keeps a record of you your entire life. And unless you defeat that worm by turning back to the Lord God and getting made whole again in your eye single, then you go to the pit. Have y'all ever heard Rob Zombie, Dracula, watching angels turn, conquering the worm? Yep. Okay, so here you go. Her feet go down to death. The word feet is podenda. See it right there? Podenda. Goes down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. Okay, there it is. Now, it's not just talking about some woman that's committing adultery. It's talking about the female system. The strange woman that you really don't know what is a woman. Isn't it weird that none of the Democrat judge nominees would answer the question, what is a woman? Well, it's kind of complicated. We can't really just answer it like that. They got it right. It is kind of complicated, especially when you know what it really is. It's not what you think. It's an illusion. It's a pretty body walking around, but it's attached to something that you can't even fathom. But now it's the end of the world, and in the end of the world, everything's secret's going to be made public, and I'm here to do that for you. You ready? So did it say hell hath enlarged herself? Yes or no? Okay, that was in Isaiah. We're in Proverbs. Her feet, her podenda goes down to hell. Her steps take hold on hell. Right there. Her podenda goes down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. Okay, you ready? Pay attention now, because now is the time to pay attention. Please, if you've ever listened to me, please listen to me now.